Hello, I'm Paddy from creativemedia.org.uk, and I'm going to show you how you can use Camtasia to remove or blur out part of the video, like I might want to blur out my web URL here. This can be done. If I go up to annotations, I don't know why blur is called an annotation, but it is. I click on the raindrop icon and the blur icon, and I drag that down, and it creates a new track with a blurring box on it, which I can move around and resize and rotate if I click on this green thing here. Quick tip: when you're rotating, click on that green thing, click and drag the mouse out to the side, and then you can rotate it a lot more accurately. You've also got the properties on the right, visual properties, and you can control the rotate, the scale, the opacity, everything with numbers here as well, which might be an easy way to do it. Okay, but how do I make it move? Well, firstly I'm going to move it to the right place to cover up my logo at the end. That'll save me a little bit of time. And also, I'm going to control the intensity. Again, it's in the properties, under annotation properties, and I can drag that to just enough to blur out the writing there. To animate this, annotate and animate, that's confusing. I'm going to click on animations over here on the left and choose custom. This time I'm going to drag custom down actually onto the blur box, and you can see down here there's an arrow has appeared on it. I want to hover over the end of that and drag it so it fills the entire of my blur box, because I want to be animating it all the way through from the beginning to the end. Okay, now is the easy but fairly painstaking bit. I'm going to move my box, a blurry box, and drag it so it just covers the bit I want to cover at the beginning. And now you can see it moves from where it was at the end to where it is at the beginning. I just need to move forward a few frames each time and drag this to cover. Not difficult, but just a bit irritating. Give it a little bit of a rotate there. I'm going to go into speed mode in a moment and save you all this, but I will show you a useful thing for when I twist my body in just a moment. Here we go, starting to twist around. What I can use over here on the right is the visual properties. I can use the Y rotation and twist that through the third dimension, so I don't have to mess around and change the size of it too much. There we go. Of course, it's always best to reshoot if you can. Often the amount of effort and how it looks to do this kind of thing is more than it would be just to refilm this little clip. But sometimes you can't refilm. Okay, so I'm going to take off the Y rotation now, because I'm going a bit straighter. Now speed mode. Okay, I think that'll do. Let's have a quick check through and make sure I've not missed any bits, not revealed the secret URL. That seems to do it. If I click off the blur track, then I can see it as it will actually look in the final video. And there's another web URL up here, so if I wanted to get rid of that, I could again choose annotations, click on the raindrop, and drag down another blur track. This one wouldn't need to be animated, so I could just resize that up there and cover up that other URL quite easily. Like so. Change the intensity. And that one up on the suitcase on the shelf is quite subtle. You might not even notice that was there, so blurs can be subtle if used carefully. I hope that helps you remove things, but remember, always keep your eyes open when you're filming. I could have just taken off that badge and saved a lot of time. Happy video making!